This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Kate Green. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
Oh, I'm so great. We had snow here in DC, and it was so much fun to play with my boys.
Well, that sounds like amazing opportunity. Tell me, what is that like playing in the snow?
Well, so I have a 3-year-old, and he pretends he doesn't want to go down the hill when he's sledding. And then he goes, and then he just keeps following you up the hill, and he pretends and he pretends he doesn't want to, but you just see that smile on his face, and it's so good. And then my 1-year-old, he hated the snow last month, and then this month he screamed and squealed so happily. It made me so happy to see, because it was like 1 month difference.
Oh my.
And he loves it.
I love in your bio you said to the ending, my 2 young sons don't know just how much of my education background I use on them every day. That's good.
They'll figure it out someday, and they'll be like, stop.
Yeah, I think they'll read your bio. Like, oh, that's what she was doing. Oh my.
Yes.
Well, that's amazing. And again, in your picture, there's not your boys, but there is a huge dog on the right side of you.
Yes, that is my cattle dog, and she's my oldest child. She's really awesome. She she picks up stuff for me. I have a bad back, so she can pick stuff up for me, and she actually takes care of the boys a little bit. When the baby was really young, he would crawl towards the stairs, and she'd go to the stairs and wait for him and make him go the other way.
Wow.
So she's the big sister, I guess.
That's beautiful. Well, tell me, which of your talents is responsible for me meeting Kate Green tonight?
So I really like to teach and to speak to other people. Right now, despite having an elementary education degree, I'm actually a software engineer, and I love to teach other adults technology. I love to share my love of technology, but I also love to share using technology correctly in the world, and like not overuse it. But just to use it and then to grow into it. And by that, I mean, like, just choosing the right answer, choosing the right answer for it, for the given problem.
Who did you learn that skill from? Like, not the teaching per se, but I guess it has a lot to do with the rhythmic timing, doesn't it?
Yes, finding the right timing, but also asking the right questions. You've got to ask and understand the problem, because a lot of times when we think about what we really want, we really don't know. Like when I bought my house, like I thought I wanted a yard for my dog, and I thought I wanted to be close to hiking trails. And we ended up with a house with a pool, which we didn't want, but it's been the best. Having a pool has meant having my family here a lot more. And it wasn't like we knew what we wanted, but yeah, it's about asking lots of good questions, understanding the timing, and being open to exploring other possibilities, and not. Oh, my mind just blanked.
I think the word I would use is integration.
Yeah. Yeah, like yeah, and then also improvisation.
Ooh, two eyes.
Yeah, like it's not, because we all want to have a linear path, but we never do.
Yeah, I think getting the understanding of that and the acceptance of that makes life a lot easier.
Yeah. Because if you really want it to be X to Y, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be so disappointed.
That's amazing. Wow. So where can people connect with you who are listening?
So I blog on kategreen.codes. I like that. I like that URL, even though I also own thekategreen.com. But I love kategreen.codes because it's really, I love getting into the code side of things, but also the theory behind how you get to writing code. But that's where I'm blogging. I just started blogging and in the last couple of weeks. And I also just started a new job as a quality architect at Upside Travel here in Washington, D.C.
What is Upside Travel?
So we are a business travel company. We aim to make the best business trip for you. We work with companies, and it's really cool because we're trying to pull in a lot of different things, but we're using like machine learning to help you make the best decisions for your travel, and also just make everything seamless. We can set you up with an Uber as you land. Oh, look, you're in Chicago. Are you ready? To take your Uber to your airport? To your hotel. And so there's some really great stuff there. But there's a lot of testing to be done, and I'm really excited.
I would think so. I guess that name is fitting, isn't it? The quality architect, because you need to design before it even occurs, right? So you're the person who draws the building structure metaphorically. And then hopefully you have to be able to guess what will be required. Yeah, definitely sounds like fun. You love a challenge, don't you?
Yes, it's going to be such a blast.
Yes.
We sat down and talked about what's coming up soon, and the chief technology officer was like, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this challenge? Let me tell you. And I went, oh my goodness. No, I'm not, but let's go. This will be a blast.
Love it. Well, that's amazing. Tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
So back to my dog, Reba. We compete in agility. And earlier this month, we had our 3-year anniversary of competing. And that's so cool because we are pretty darn close to getting a championship. And the neat thing about agility is there's such a relationship component that if I don't, okay, so dog agility is doing jumps and tunnels and these weave poles where they have to weave in between poles and all these rather like a dog would not do them by themselves. So you have to have this great relationship with this animal. And when I first started doing agility, I'm like, I don't know why I love this so much. But over the time I've been working with her, I realized that the relationship I need to have with her is the kind of relationship I need to have with all the people that are around me, the people that I care about. So it finally came to me realizing how much I'm learning about close relationships from my dog.
What is one thing that you would have to do to attain that relationship or achieve that relationship?
Well, there's a connection. They have to want to work for you. So the dog is staring at 12 poles sticking out of the ground. They're like, what am I going to do with these stupid things? Pee on them? So you have to teach them and they have to want to work for you. So a lot of people think of like dog training as you make the dog do something. No, they have to choose. And in order to get them to choose, you have to have the relationship. You need to figure out what they want, how to encourage them and not coerce. And in that relationship, then you get a dog. Like we say, do you have a dog at the start line? And the question is, are they with you? And that's so similar to so many relationships around me. And so I'm so grateful to her that she's willing to play with me and to teach me these things.
Love it. Amazing audience. Again, you're hearing it live from Kate Green. You can check her out in 2 places. The Kate Green, which I love, and kategreen.codes, right?
Yes.
Do connect with her. She seems to be an amazing individual when it comes to team members and building teams and just being that person that is the magnet, I would guess, of the individuals. Not just dogs. Right? Not just dogs. All right, let's switch gears for a moment. let me invite you into my time machine, Kate, that's surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Kate, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Oh, I have a couple. The first ones that I have are with my grandmother. My grandmother is somebody I'm really, really close with, even more so than my parents. And I remember her with her and their dog, actually. We're back to dogs. And she's always been very special. And so one of the very first things was with her and the dog and playing in the yard. And that was just, it's like a picture. Most of my very first memories are a picture, but with her and the dog.
How do you see it connecting to you today?
Certainly there's a dog there, but also having it's again a relationship, and somebody who I find very special.
Family. I mean, you said it as well, right? Like the pool ended up being the thing that kept the family together in terms of a place for the family to be. And in your earliest memory, the yard was that for your granny, right? For you, you got the pool. Pretty intriguing.
That's correct. Yeah.
Pretty
so.
intriguing.
Yeah, we're definitely like family's huge for me, and so yeah, that's definitely a big part of for me.
All right. If we fast forward to when you were 12 years old,
I'm grateful to have that photograph in my mind.
All right. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
I thought about this so long. And I couldn't think of anything. It was probably some school band thing. I was a trumpet player, and I loved all the music. Like the main music memory for me that year is realizing in my head with me even realizing it. So I wasn't even, I don't even know what the song's name was, but I realized at that point that I could hear the music in my head, and it's almost like each part and knowing what other people were playing. So it was a huge advancement, but it wasn't any specific song.
It's okay. That's pretty cool, though. I mean, that definitely connects to understanding what others require. And when, like we said, I said to the beginning, I said something about rhythmic space or something, like understanding the rhythmic timing. I think it was the rhythmic timing of when to do what. It's pretty cool that it's in a live band with so many other people. That is pretty cool. Love it.
Yeah.
All right, my friend.
Yes.
Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form, so it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Yes.
Kate, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to? Hit me yes or
Yet.
no. Are you married? Are you married?
Oh, yes, I am.
Do you have children? Yes, you said you have children. Do you believe in God?
No.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No, not really.
How about 3 hours a week?
Less.
What about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8?
Oh, too much.
All right.
Way too much.
Kate, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Kate Green, what would you say that is?
Oh, let's see. I am an energizing problem solver who wants to bring people together.
Love it. Kate, this was such a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
No, I thank you very much. This has been a blast.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. I had fun as well. I love your laid back, but yet super thinking answers. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Again, this was a great pleasure. Kate Green, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you, Angel. This has been fun.
You're welcome.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.